Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
How we doing today, gentlemen? Happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Here I am, we're Wrestling Realm Zone, one half of the championship culture, Brandon the Guy. How we doing today, brother?
Yes, sir. How are you? Oh, I can't do the intro like they can do, but I'm gonna just call you Chanoo, whoever, because I can say
Thank
all the
you.
stuff with it. They can give you like 37 different names. Gets
Yeah,
longer and longer. We're just gonna say
it does.
Chanoo, whoever. I'll say with a
Exactly.
dramatic pause.
Exactly. I am Chano, whoever you need me to be. Chano Hayes, Chano Rose, Chano Jerry, Chano the God, Tommaso Chano, Chano Cena.
Channel
Listen, Rose.
Mysterio,
Nah.
Channel
That's
Penta,
crazy.
Channel L Zero, Channel
It's
Phoenix, and
listen.
Channel Braid, Channel Glasses.
It's getting crazy at this
It's gonna
point.
keep adding. Yeah,
That's why this change it is China whoever, because I will honestly be whoever you need me to be.
depending
And
on the
I'll
storyline.
exactly. So I will say thank you for coming. Because if he wasn't here, I'd be doing 45 minutes of Jay Usos. It's just me, Us, day one ish for
They're like, is
45.
he still going? Is he? Oh, he just ran. He just hold the whole thing. He should do it live on TikTok.
a
Like,
thousand,
let the comments drive him.
1,000%, man. So I do appreciate you coming on.
No
How was
problem.
your
You'd always love to
Thanksgiving?
talk. Wasn't long enough. When you got to go back to work the next day, I feel it never really feel the same, especially when you just like, I feel like it was a random day off and back to work. So good
That's the
time with
sucky
family,
part.
but it's one of those things. It's like if I didn't have to work, it'd probably be great because a 4-day weekend would have been lovely. But don't worry, because Christmas I got a 4-day weekend coming up, so that'll be perfect.
Lovely, man. I thought I had a 4-day weekend. I was bragging. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. My boss was like, yeah, I need you this Friday.
He was
I
like,
was
and
like,
then like after Thanksgiving Friday, he
yeah,
was like the
yeah,
day
yeah.
after that I was gonna be off. Like, oh,
He was,
that's the
he was
Friday you
like,
talking about?
we weren't off last year. I was like, I have the schedule where I
Yeah,
can
like
pull it
I'm
up.
pretty sure I was. Yeah, I remember this differently. In my mind,
Yeah,
this
I
is what
was
it was.
off. Like, this is crazy. It was truly rough, but I do appreciate you coming on. Let's talk
No
some
problem.
wrestling, man. I do have a good question for you to start this one off. In the theme of Thanksgiving, what are you grateful for in this year in wrestling so far?
Oh, you got to know what the answer is gonna be. All the beautiful belts that we got this year. I am thankful that we got new belts. And I'm going to say that because I'm looking at one of the best looking ones, the TNA International Championship. That was one of the things that was like, wow, this belt is amazing. Hands down, probably TNA has the best looking belts. I would say AEW would, but they've been having some misfires. So I'm going to say the best looking belts and custom straps that made sense. Like the international, I'm sorry, the North American Championship, how he put the Canadian thing on it, the
Yes.
same way how which caller had he put the United States behind the international for AEW. You know, and now Mark Briscoe has his custom strap, but he had one on the ROH World Title. So I'm thankful in wrestling that we got all these beautiful belts. Um, Glad that we're getting equal playing field with the women's championships as we do with men. I think some of them are overdone, but I'm glad that they have something to fight for, just like the men, and it gives them a better opportunity, more chances to be seen. So, and a lot of indie promotions have stepped up a lot of their game. So, of course, the belt guys always going to be thankful for belts.
How do really good point. So how do you feel talking about the indies? How do you feel about Mercedes Monet having 10, 11 championships from different promotions? Because you get to see those belts fully on display where her belt guys when they guide her to the ring. How do you feel about those indie championships? Because there's a lot of them I think that are a mess. You know what I mean? Obviously, some promotions don't have the budget for a more luxurious belt, but how does that make you feel when you see those belts on television?
So, I'm going to give you a couple different takes on that. My first one is I'm glad that these promotions are getting exposure because it's going to force people to go Google, go find out, go seek out these promotions. Or if they just even go watch our match, it's bringing more eyes to those products. So thank you, Tony Khan, for bringing eyes to more than just in the AEW bubble or CMLL or IWGP like he's done in the past. He's allowing them to have a bigger platform, right? So that's a good thing. The thing that I do not like is because, like you said, the consistency. I'm happy that none of them are like, in indie promotions take like any of these belts behind me and just slap their logo right in the middle. So yes, they all have unique designs, but you can clearly see some of them aren't made for TV, and that's no slack to any indie promotion at all. Because all belts, I understand budgets, I understand this, but if any indie promotion would like somebody to help them design a belt, I know a guy. But I will say this: I'm happy it's there, but I have something that's a negative thing about that. Um, and if you allow me just to rant for a second, I'll
Go
say
ahead,
with
man.
my. So imagine if me and you went to the casino, right?
Of course.
We had the same amount of money. Let's say you had $100, I had $100, right? I go put $20 in the machine. Oh, I cash out. Look, I won $80. Next time, put $20 in. Oh, look, I cashed out. I won another $100. By let's say 3 hours in, I'll come up to you with these 10 tickets, like, look how much money I won. I've got all these tickets. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I only got one ticket, and yours is four. Mine might only equal $1,000, right? All of my, let's say 10 or 13 tickets I have in my hand, right? Holding $1,000. But then you come and burst my bubble and be like, oh, well, I only got this one, and this is $1 million. Who do you think is going to be more? Couldn't hit the big one, kept playing, but somehow you played and you got a bigger amount at one time. Your ticket is much more valuable. Nobody's gonna want to talk about my 13 tickets on this side, but they're gonna talk about your one, right? So even though I had every chance to get that $1 million ticket, what happened? Nope. Only got this $100, this $80. And that's what I feel like the problem is with her title run. It's so many little prizes that's not adding up to the major prize. And she's had opportunities for major prizes in AEW, and she hasn't gotten it. And it kind of bothers me that it's like, okay, she got to keep going to get these smaller prizes, but can't win the big one in the major promotion.
Um, well, first off, what's going on, Mike? Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Oh, look, it's Muffin Alpha Mike, the Italian
Now, I,
stallion.
I do understand that, but I think that is the story with Mercedes. She can win all these other titles, but she can't win the big one, right? And I think more than her losing, I think it was actually great for Chris Statlander because now Chris Statlander is the only woman in AEW to have pinned Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné. She's the only one to do it. The only other loss Mercedes has on the AEW roster is to Tony Storm. So that puts Chris in some elite territory. And I've always been a Chris Statlander person. I believe she was the best wrestler in the world last year. I'm making an argument for her again this year. But the thing now is, where do you go with her? Because you have obviously booked her as this group, as this titan. You know what I mean? What's next for Chris Statlander in the women's for the main women's title? But for Mercedes, I don't really look at that like an issue for the 13 tickets, mostly because she's bringing fresh eyes into all those smaller promotions. What she's doing for wrestling as a whole is incredible. Because not only is she Mercedes Moné, even if she doesn't want to admit it, she still is Sasha Banks. So if you go to like your indie event, you're like a 13-year-old kid, 14, 15 years old, just like, oh yeah, wrestling's in town, I want to go see it. And you see somebody you used to watch on TV known as Sasha Banks, you'd be like, oh my God, yo, Sasha Banks is still wrestling, and now she's Mercedes Moné, and that's great for wrestling as a whole. I don't know how
And
many
that's
more
the
titles she
plus.
wins. Yeah, that's the plus.
That's the plus. I just hate the fact that, and I guess we knew what she could do in WWE. We still know what she can do in AEW, but she's doing something different. Is she truly a world champion because she's going to these different promotions and collecting the belts? Maybe. But then here's the thing: you've been the TBS champion since you've been there. Let's call it what it is, right? And that's all it's been. You get what I'm saying? Like that's when you look at the main platform because all right, if she becomes world champion, does that stop her going to these indie promotions? Or maybe that's what the holdup is, because maybe she wants to give back. Maybe she wants to continue to travel, because maybe she can once she becomes the world champion.
I'll say no because her becoming the AW Women's Champion, the Women's World Champion, it changes nothing about her presentation. It doesn't give her anything because she's already ran through the whole entire roster except Tony Storm. So that's the big thing. To me, her winning the world title doesn't do anything more for her. It doesn't do anything more for AEW because even as the mid card woman champion, she's being presented as the biggest deal on that roster. If that makes sense. So that's not really a big thing for me in that case. However, I do see your point. It is frustrating to be like, okay, where's all these 13 championships? What are they going to culminate to? But fortunately, we still have the summer. We still have the all-in build-up. So let's necessarily see what happens to her. But I do believe it is my hope that she will lose these championships on AEW TV to further give these promotions and those women who gladly put her over some more exposure
Bigger
and put them
platform.
back on the map. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing that Tony Khan can do for wrestling is to give all of these smaller promotions, even if it's like 90 seconds on television each, for them to get the championship back on television, try to further build wrestling. That'd be great.
It'll be
That
something
will
neat
be
to see.
great. Talking about AEW while we're there, what's that new title's name? They just dropped a new title from NWA. I
The
can't think of the name of it.
national championship.
Oh, I think that is the ugliest belt in the whole entire world. And I thought the content of the Classic Championship belt was ugly as hell, and I thought the Unified Championship was ugly as hell. It's
Remember, I
terrible.
said they had a couple misses.
A
My
lot
thing
of
is, I
misses.
don't care. I don't care about the name because names can change, right? But
Of
I
course,
care that it's, and I think, and don't quote me on this, because I was trying to do the research and find out that belt design may not be trademarked. Like the big gold is not trademarked. That's
of
why
course.
everybody could always use it. I think that design, because it's been used so frequently, and remember that was the standard for a belt in the 70s all the way up to like I think 88 or 89. That was like the standard for what a championship, especially when it came to NWA, because the NWA World Television Champion, the NWA this, all these different championships were modeled after that. And even that NWA is still using it. It's kind of like a slap in the face. Like they're still using that championship right now. You know what I mean?
I
It was
th-
like AW said, "Oh yeah, just put some stones on it and slap the logo on it." I was like, "This is weird." Okay, yep.
Mike is just getting more aggressive with his highs. What's going on, brother? How we doing?
I wonder how he feels about that title, but that was
Mike,
definitely a miss,
yo,
especially if
Mike,
you
let me
came and
know. I'll
said,
send you an invite link right now, brother.
"Oh
Nah,
yeah,
it was it sucks because I believe AEW has the best looking world championship in all of wrestling right now. That title right there is absolutely gorgeous. And
I'll
the
tell you what is a
international,
little bit better than that. The unified title is just as. Trust me,
I don't like that unified title for
trust
nothing.
me. You will trust me. You will like it.
For nothing. I've seen it. I was like, I can't get jiggy with this.
I'm
This
telling
looks
you. Knowing what I know
miserable.
about you, knowing what I know about you, you would love that title.
I would have to see it in person. I can't.
Yes,
I don't like
that's what
nothing
changed
about.
my mind.
I don't like
Tell you.
nothing about it. I don't like absolutely nothing about that title.
Think about this. If
It's
you match those two belts behind you together, it's almost like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
we're gonna go to a commercial
Trust me.
break and then we're ripping them. Yeah, Mike's just getting awfully aggressive over here with the
It's
highs.
like, hi. Like
Mike,
acknowledge
put
me.
on the
Yes,
caffeine.
yes, that's the Italian star. He's probably amped. He's like, yes, I'm here.
Mike, I will send you an invite link right now, brother.
Now, I don't want to
um,
deviate from that conversation. How you feel about the tag team championships looking exactly the same and
on the
just putting
women's,
women on it? Yeah.
WWE has conditioned me to not think otherwise, to see it and not even
Okay.
blink an eye.
True.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Good point. They just said,
I
but at
just
least they changed the strap.
yeah, I just appreciate it's not on a white strap. You know what I mean?
Now,
They
from
have
championship culture, we like to say, does the strap matter? And I think in their case, it does. They just make their belts smaller. And I don't think the only one that has When they do the custom ones are when they have the different color straps. Yeah,
Yeah, the
only when they
TNT.
do the
Yeah,
custom. Yeah, remember
yeah.
the trios championship had the pink strap,
Yes, yes.
and
The
the
pink strap
television
was pretty
title had the
cool.
red strap when Red Velvet had it. Yeah, I think they.
Exactly.
I don't think they had any other. Yeah, they were
Now the
all in the black.
AEW World Title had the triple B. It was like a
Yeah,
Super Burberry strap. No, it's
yeah, that's what
cool,
I'm saying.
man.
They had the custom straps for
I don't know how I
for
feel
those
about
wrestlers.
a camouflage strap. I
The
know
TNT
it's
title
Mark.
actually looked pretty slick.
I don't know how I feel about camo. I feel like I'm back in 2016 and everybody had the camo shorts on, the camo bucket hats,
Well,
camo
that's that
Jordans.
thing. I think they did it because that's Jay and well, that's the Briscoe's signature look. You
No,
know what I
that's
mean?
his
So
whole
I think that's
swag.
what's
I get it.
yeah.
No, I get it. It's
What they
his
do in
whole
the tag
swag.
team.
But
I
I
was like, oh,
have
that's cool.
camouflage. I got camouflage PTSD. You know what I mean?
You're like, I don't want to see this anymore.
It makes me sick. But
You're like, I'm okay.
nah, but other than that, Blood and Blood and Guts. Full Gear was a really good pay-per-view.
Hmm.
I kind of stopped watching it. My son wanted to. It was my anniversary last weekend, so when I got home, I had to spend some time with my son. And I was like, oh, let me throw on some wrestling. And 5 minutes into the match, John Moxley stabbing old boy with a fork. Had to turn it off real quick, not give my son no ideas.
Are we at the point where like John Moxley, please stop bleeding? Can we please get to that point? We're just like, please stop. Please, I'm just tired of but that's just my between him bleeding and Darby Allin doing cringy stuff. That means like every time I see him, I'm like, okay, what the ooh, you know what I mean? Like you just throwing your body around, like yeah, just whatever you can do to make somebody cringe, throw me there.
They get
I don't want to get to that.
we get real aggressive. How we doing tonight?
Right.
Happy Thanksgiving,
You
happy
get a lot of
holidays.
highs. A lot of
see what you
highs. Just
see what you started, Mike.
That's gonna be all the comments when you look.
Yeah, basically.
Never
Send me
ever
back
like, what
confusing.
happened in the comments? It only said hi. Everybody just said hi. We're like,
Like,
yep, what's wrong with y'all?
I put all my money together and I got 20 seconds of Roman Reigns on the podcast. Nah,
This
man,
is
it's dope.
interesting night.
Nah, I like Mox. I can only watch AEW pay-per-views when my son is sleeping, and that's fine. When he's older, I throw it back on, but I don't want to give him no ideas in my sleep. I just feel a fork grating on my forehead.
Right. You wake up, you're like, why you hit me with this chair? What did you where did you get a chair? Where did you get a chain from? Put that down.
The better nails.
Right. You're like,
Next.
what the heck? He hit me with a light bulb while I was asleep.
Yeah, it's dangerous out here.
Attached to the lamp.
Super dangerous out here. Let's go to a little bit of WWE. How do you feel about Maxine winning the Intercontinental Championship?
Perfect, perfect, perfect. We've seen the evolution of Maxine, and that's one of those evolutions that we're like, it was slow to happen, but we saw it in real time. We saw her get better with every match. We saw the crowd get behind her, then they forgot about it, then they came back. So we saw that evolution, which I'm okay with because one thing that Becky, Bailey, now I want to say Charlotte are starting to now. They're good about putting people in better. They're leaving you better than when they found you, and that's the best way to do it.
I
So,
like that a lot for Becky because I give Becky her flowers. Becky is a lot of women's best match.
and she will make
Becky,
you look better than what
she
you
will
found it.
she will make you look good. I remember her first match with Maxine when Maxine was green as hell. It did not look pretty, but
She
Becky
figured
made
it
that
out.
match. She made that match passable.
Hmm.
I feel like when she had that match with Nia Jax, when Nia Jax came back, she made Nia Jax legitimate. She gave Liv Morgan her best match, and then I feel like after that her match with Becky, Liv found out like she doesn't have to be a chicken shit heel in order to have good matches. Then
Look what she
she
did for
actually
Lyra.
started. She did do a lot for Lyra. I'm not really crazy about Lyra. I know Lyra can go in the ring, but I feel like aside from the bird wings, you don't really see her personality show, and that's kind of what I need in a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
A wrestler, I need you to have a little bit of swagger for me to be like, okay,
I need to
you know
get
what I mean?
behind you. I need to want to see, not just like, oh, here she go. Oh, she's
Exactly.
on screen.
I need something to make me go, I see you. And I
Hmm.
appreciate that. She can go super talented in the ring, but I need something to relate to.
Yes.
And me and her haven't connected on that yet. With Maxine, I like the underdog, so I was rooting for her. I was rooting for her in the beginning. I still think she's tall, lanky as hell. You know what I mean? So some moves just naturally look awkward, but
But
she's
she's figured
definitely
it out.
she's figured it out. I do think, however, how they present her from this point on will determine the rest of her career in WWE.
And also, you see they did the vlog, the how can I say the word? The video log, the
The
vlog.
vlog,
When, yeah,
you
thank you. I
couldn't
was not
even put it
struggling with that
together.
word. I was like vlog, vlog. It was hard to come out. But they're good with that type of stuff. I'm like, oh, it's a new champion. Let me show you how they got here. I was like, oh, that was a neat little story. You know what I mean? How they put it on. It was on YouTube. I was like, oh, this is neat.
But the reason I feel the way about Maxine is because they kind of did it twice already. They gave, was it twice? No, maybe it was once when they gave it to Zelina. They gave Zelina the women's national championship. Like, here, damn, you know what I
All
mean?
right, you got it.
You got it.
Now
Now
do
let's see what you
something.
do with it. And they did absolutely nothing except run rematches and just run her reign into the ground. You know what I mean? Did absolutely nothing for that women's mid card division.
You
Like they did the
chased
same
what you call it Chelsea for so long.
exactly. Like Chelsea, like Misha was chasing Chelsea, and then that lasted like a match, 2 matches too long. And then they had Zelina versus Chelsea, arguably a match too long. And they kept running these things into circles, and there was nothing to do it. So I really hope they don't do that with Maxine, where they give her a feud that lasts like a match or two way too long. I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone they could do with that title, and I would like them to take advantage of what they have here with a fresh canvas. You know what I mean? You can build this medical women's division from the ground up, especially as you decide to bring up more women from NXT and see where you go from there.
Hmm.
So
I
let's
thought you was
switch.
reading a comic. I thought you was
Nah, nah,
reading.
nah, nah, nah. There's not.
Okay,
Nah, there's no
that's what I was like.
Mahais.
Okay,
Nah, 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 there's no.
It's
Nah,
no
there's no
more.
Mahais. I'll
Okay.
go crazy. I'll go crazy. There was more highs. Uh, let's change gears. SmackDown's happening right now. We are recording on a Friday. It is a 5-on-5 tag, elimination tag. I really do wish they would bring this format back for Survivor Series, especially in the War Game setting. You know what I mean? I feel like you can still do it in the War Games match. It probably extends it a little bit too much, but I do miss this traditional format in WWE. It's kind of cool. We got to see it this Friday, even though they did a double episode last week, so the spoilers is already out.
So here's my thing about. I know the previous era we got ruined with the match stipulation being the name of the pay per view, like Hell in a Cell, Money in the
Mhm.
Bank. And remember it was like, oh, we gotta have matches that's in Hell in a Cell, and it was like for no reason. Money in the Bank, let's have two ladder matches, one for Raw and SmackDown. Then they said, no, no, let's have one for the men and women. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you need that stipulation to be the name of it. You can have it as part of a certain pay per view, right? So when it comes to Survivor Series, I hate that it's become Survivor Series War Games because I feel like now we're just putting certain teams together because we have to have a War Games match. And yeah, we did that before with Survivor Series traditional matches, but why can't you have one War Games match with all the stakes and then a Survivor Series match? That's I just don't like you. I'm on this side. I'm on this. You know what I mean? Like,
it's it's rough because I missed more than the traditional 5-on-5 elimination. I missed the SmackDown versus Raw. You know what I mean?
talk about it.
I miss it because
But
it
remember, the
was so
big
much
thing
fun.
was the brand split would happen, and it was like, oh, now I'm on Team SmackDown. You were just Raw 2 weeks ago. What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Repping blue hard as hell. Like, bro, you was not traveling with us. What are you
Right.
talking
Now
about?
that's on you with us? Okay. But I do miss
Oh,
those, and I love the NXT one. NXT when they put all three of them together, when it was the champion versus champions, and they had all
I
the
will say
Intercontinental, US, and uh, North American.
I will say the one thing I miss about it the absolute most is I remember like Eddie, rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero's last match, I believe was against Mr. Kennedy, right?
Mhm.
But that match never technically got a finish because Raw invaded Raw invaded. You know what I mean? They came through the crowd. And They just came in, just causing
And it
madness.
was serious. And it was like, let's kick this off.
Yeah, they kicked it off, and it was absolutely crazy. And I do miss that because
Hmm.
now it just feels like the brands they just jump on from show to show, and it is what it is with no repercussions, and they're not even really thinking about it no more. So I kind of do wish we would have like a bragging rights kind of show again. It's fun, man.
Or just
It
have
is
that.
fun.
That's that one match. We're gonna do our five best against your five best, and that could be the Survivor Series match. But you still have War Games, which will have a lot of high stake because let's really call it what it is. Do you want to see the men's one? Because is there really that much stake? Like, yeah, it's hate. It's so much hate within teams because nowhere in the world should Drew McIntyre be coexisting with anybody on his team. Let's just call it what it is. He got beef with everybody in a roundabout way, if you think about
It's
it.
it's mad funny because that team is so on paper that team is so dynamic. It's not even crazy. Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. You know what I mean? Heavy
And
hitters, and
Logan Paul
then you have Logan Paul. Don't get me wrong, he
and
can
Paul
go.
Heyman. Look, Paul Heyman, don't
Yeah,
forget him.
what is Paul Heyman doing in a War Games match? My man's can't orchestrate nothing. He can't
No, think about
manipulate
it.
nothing.
No, I'm saying he's the reason. Like Drew should want to be part of this because you got mad beef with everybody on this team in a roundabout way. And look at the
Nah,
men's side. I mean, the other side.
nah. The men's
Wait a
side
minute.
is kind of the men's side is kind of like it's kind of top heavy. It's Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. By the way, I hate the fact that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes they teaming up casually now. Like,
You
where's
see my point?
I need the blood feud forever. You know what I mean?
But look at
Like this,
Cody and Roman.
yeah.
I saved you. But then I got the WrestleMania because of you. And then you got the Usos that's like, we ain't with you, Roman. You ain't our tribal chief. We equals. But then Big Jim is like, I'm just trying to get on TV. And
It's mad. It's mad weird because if you look at it, the bloodline is this War Games match is really the bloodline featuring CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Division featuring Drew
then Paul
McIntyre.
Heyman. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Paul
featuring
Heyman
Drew
guys.
McIntyre. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just like it's
Because Logan
super.
Paul looked like he fitting in with the vision. Like he looked
I
like he the
like
other
it.
member.
I
Only,
don't. I do not like it. I'm not a. I feel like Lesnar. I'm not Lesnar. I feel like Heyman fell off a little bit, man.
but I will tell you this about this is the crazy part about what I think about Survivor Series War Games, whether it's the male or female match. And you said it's star power, but both sets of the War Games matches has so much star power. If you think about it, the women almost as equal as the men this year, like to the point that you can say Rhea Ripley is the Roman Reigns of her team. Doesn't have the title, but she's the most over. When that music hit, them people go nuts like they do for Roman, right? Roman don't have a title, and they go crazy for her, right? You got Naomi and Lash, who are just like the Bronze. You know they're there for a reason. They're gonna give you some highlight reel. Becky Lynch is literally Drew McIntyre. When you think about it, like Becky Lynch, she has
It's
fight forever energy for anybody.
Nah, I'm
And
not
you
gonna
know,
hold you. This woman's thing is absolutely stacked to the gills, man. You have Io Sky superstar, Rhea Ripley superstar, Charlotte Flair superstar, Alexa Bliss superstar, and to top it all off, you have the mother of all these women and AJ Lee, who still jacked us out with a 32 pack. I don't understand how
right,
she
at
still
5 feet
does it.
tall.
Yeah, right. She's absolutely jacked. Like she could tell me that she bench presses CM Punk at the house, and I would believe her. Honestly and truly. Then on the
You
other,
had to confirm that for me. I already knew that.
then on the other side, you have SmackDown's newest member, Lash Legend, once again, fucking tall and jacked for no absolute reason. Her and Nia about the same height. You have absolute powerhouse in Nia Jax. You have the reemerging Asuka. And then you have Becky Lynch. The only odd one out is Kyrie Sane, but Kyrie's almost as crazy as Io is in a War Games frame. So
Hmm.
this match is absolutely wicked, man. It's the star power in this show is unbelievable. It truly is unbelievable. It's truly stacked. And I believe the women's match would be better than the men's, like it has been for the past couple years, because guess what? The men are mad stiff. They don't really do nothing exciting. Logan Paul might bring the exciting factor to this match, but honestly, there's not. I'm not gonna hold you. The men's match is the general consensus of Vince's vision for WWE. Big, meaty men doing things. You know what I mean?
Leopard meat.
Yeah, just big, meaty men just doing shit. Because Jimmy, let's face it, Jimmy and Jay, they're 40 years old. They're not climbing no more to do nothing dangerous. CM Punk is definitely not risking it. Cody's a real sicko, so he might. Roman's definitely not. And then you
Roman
have,
man punch somebody.
yeah, then you
He's gonna be
have
good for a moment.
Brock Lesnar is an absolute physical monster at 52 years old. Man's insane. Bronson Reed, he already broke something in the War Games match, so I'm not expecting him to do anything like
Doing that
real.
stupid tsunami because I hate that move.
The tsunami,
Yeah,
I
hate it.
like it. It's dope.
Because you know what? Every time he
He
does
just-
it, I feel like he's going when he's coming down. Like how he flails his arms. I feel like he's like
yeah,
Like now that
he
I
does
said
play
that,
though.
when you see that move, that's what you're going to hear. Every time.
No, man, it's
Mhm.
definitely something, but we'll generally see what happens with those matches. It's crazy, man. Wrestling is. I'm waiting for wrestling to hit a nice, fun little era again. I feel like wrestling is kind of stale for me,
Well, let's
mostly
try to get
because
back.
who the world champions are at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm kind of over
Really?
Cody.
Bloody
Yeah,
hip hop?
I'm kind of over Cody being world champion, mostly
Mhm.
because I feel like Cody as a super baby face that we know him as. There's nowhere really we can go from there, if you know what I mean.
Now, I got a question for you.
What's up?
What if Drew McIntyre would have won and he would have been the champion on that side? Could you
On
imagine
the other
Drew
side,
McIntyre? Yes,
with
Drew
CM Punk and
McIntyre.
them,
No, it's still where he's at. But could you imagine that exchange between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre? We're talking about who's the top champion
that would have been
on
great.
opposite side.
That would
That
have
would
been
have been
great.
insane.
I would love to
Because
see
they
Drew as world champion. I honestly believe heels are better world champions. You know what I
they
mean?
give you something to look forward to.
Yeah, CM Punk, I can't really judge his championship reign so far because he hasn't defended the strap yet. But I feel like it's almost an obvious that it's going to Braun Breaker. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord, you think so? That's gonna be the
He's a Paul Heyman guy. He kind of has to be.
mm,
He has the whole world in his hands right now. If they delay it, they're just selling themselves short. You know what I mean? They can't really. Where do you go from there? But I tell you what though, Drew McIntyre going in as a WWE champion
would have been insane, wouldn't it?
gives this match a little bit more heat
Exactly.
because it kind of gives Cody a reason to get involved instead of Cody just getting involved just cause. Cody's
Yeah,
involved for giggles. You know what I mean? My man's got nothing else to do, so he's in it for
to be the
he's in
team
it for the
captain
lows. Yeah,
because he
how you the team captain? It's not even your feud. You're not even
right.
beefing with these. Not
He
even
doesn't
beefing with
insult
these
you.
guys. Yeah, he's not even
What he
beefing with
say?
these guys.
You might be the quarterback on SmackDown, but he was like the champ is here. I said, okay, CM Punk, you talking your
It,
stuff.
it's mad funny because during that thing, Roman was like, "Yeah, just whip it out and just measure it. You might as well." And I was rolling.
No, when he said that's for you to that's for y'all to decide. I said, oh, he planting the seeds. I said Roman said that and planted the seed for everybody to say, oh, it's gonna be Roman and CM Punk at Mania.
I
I
don't
ain't gonna
know,
lie, I would
man.
like to see Roman with that world title though.
Oh, the big gold.
Definitely would. Yeah, I
Nah,
definitely would like to see that.
it's mad funny because everybody's saying that Roman's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Does he need it to get to the title?
Nah, but it makes it a nice little interesting dynamic when he chooses between Cody and CM Punk.
Okay, that's what you. Okay, you're saying for that part. Okay,
You know
to
what I
add to
mean?
the storyline. I thought you meant like because
Because the shoes on the other foot now. Before it was Cody pointing at Roman. I want Roman. The fuck. I need to finish the story, and now you have it on the other side where Roman's now the hunter.
and
You
he
know
could
what I mean?
say when he told him, "You're my way in life." When he told that man that in that promo, I said, "Oh, that's some. That's I felt that one." Like, he was like in life. I said, "Oh, not in wrestling, just in your whole life." Okay, I'm with it.
And I'm not gonna
I'm okay
hold you,
with it.
man. I'm not gonna hold you. I want to see the interaction in the new Street Fighter movie, if they interact at all.
I don't know if Gao and Akuma would ever have a reason to fight. Think about
Yo,
the story of
maybe
Street Fighter. When would they ever meet? Because Akuma is more Ryu and Ken.
Exactly.
story.
But you
Not
tell
nothing to do with God, but
they don't have to
might
fight. Maybe a nice little interaction. And plus,
just them two.
Cody, and plus, CM Punk and Roman, they're in the new Zootopia movie. They're buddy
Wait, really?
cops. Yeah, they're Zebros.
I did not know that. That is hilarious.
When you get a chance after the episode, go watch this Zootopia 2 trailer. There's two zebras, and they say Zebros, and that's CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Oh my
So
gosh! Because after he was in that movie on Netflix with Eddie Murphy, and he was just sitting in the vault taking pictures, I said, "Oh yeah, he's slowly but surely getting into this Hollywood thing as best as
nah,
he can."
I mean it's
Because
in
he literally played himself.
it's dope because everybody say, yeah, Romans wants to go to Hollywood. But yeah, so does Cody. Cody's making his slow little transition as well.
Remember, he wanted to be an actor. That's what he signed up for, and it didn't work. So he was like, "Well, I'm gonna go back and try this thing that I know is a safe bet with my dad.
Yeah,
He can give me a job."
as a platinum blonde. Did you see the the goat, the goat of all goats, Dom Mysterio? I will say Dom is the only person I have ever actively cheered against John Cena for. It's
So
crazy.
I
Did you
love what
see?
they done. When he did
So
the small Cena came out.
oh yeah, the minis.
Yeah.
No, but with Dom, did you see that he was talking about his WWE career and he was talking about how it was first real interview out of kayfabe, like out of
Mm.
character, and he was like his dad gave him it was like a cheat sheet. So whenever Dom had a singles match, Ray was in his corner acting like the manager, but like don't panic, just react. And I thought that was really interesting when he said that because the Zombie King Ant, by the way, Ant has a when is this? The final time. Actually, tonight. I
Oh,
hope you guys were able to
oh,
make it to the father and son teaming up for the final time. The flows. Many blessings. If you guys aren't there, if you're in Jersey, please run over there. Tell the Zombie King I said
yeah.
what's up. So
Yell at him and throw him off his game, like I did. I messed up that man whole entrance. He was
Matt
like, "Oh,
baffled.
hi!" He was like, "Oh," he was like, "I know those guys."
Yeah, but that's one of the things that Ant always says. He says it looks like these kids are acting and they're not reacting. They need to get better at reacting. When Dom said that, I was like, okay, maybe the
Makes
professional
sense.
wrestler on the podcast do know what he talking about a little bit. You know what I mean?
He
So
got some credibility.
yeah, you know what he
Look
talking
like this
about.
much. Like it's okay.
Now, Ant dope is out, man. And it was really good to hear something that he preaches all the time on the show come into fruition. So another wrestlers are saying that as well, especially a vet like Rey Mysterio. So
Mhm.
it was dope, man, because Dom didn't go the indie route. Dom didn't even go the NXT route. Dom literally trained with Penta. You know what I mean? He was a Penta and
But
Ray Phoenix for months on end.
that's like going the indie route though. Think about it, trading with them two. That's why him and
Yeah,
Penta
but
be having those good matches because he trusts him because look, that's my
he trained
teacher. I
him.
got him. Yeah.
Yeah, I trained him. But I think it's interesting more in the sense where I feel like a lot of these wrestlers, they get one-on-one training with other wrestlers. You know what I mean? One-on-one training with another professional wrestler doesn't always guarantee you great positioning anywhere. And Dom was green as hell when he first entered the company.
But they put him with certain people. Remember, he was with Seth in his first. That was
First
his
match
first
was
singles match, right?
yeah, and you got to remember that's Seth Rollins. Seth can really go with anybody. But if you look
Mm-hmm.
at it, when Dom was given the North American Championship, they gave Dom was wrestling 2-3 times a week. Boy, he
He
was
said, "Oh
putting
no,
in,
you gonna get on this? You gonna get in that ring?
and
Here,
they
get
put
some of
him
this action."
exactly, and they put him with Finn, they put him with Rhea, and he just kept growing with Damian, with Priest, and JD. You know what I mean? They kept going, and week after week, and I kind of like when they do that with wrestlers,
And
and
look
they
what
make
happened with the AAA championship. They had to give it to him because he was too over there. They was like, "We don't want Jakingo. We want Dom." It's okay. You can have him. Okay,
it.
we heard you. If you got him, he's your
You know what's
champion.
actually mad? You know what's actually mad funny about that? They're about to get a TV deal.
You saw that?
They better get a TV deal. When I saw they had about to get a TV deal, I was thinking in my head, "There's no way they can take the strap off Dom anytime soon."
Nope. He's gonna be the face of that product. We're probably gonna lose him to Raw because of that.
Who?
Dominic. It's gonna be one of
Dom's
those special occasions he's gonna pop
not.
up on Raw.
No, Dom's already on Raw.
You know what I'm saying? When they get their TV deal for AAA, we're probably
Mhm.
going to see him less. It's going to be one of those special occasions that he pops up, like he has a
Nah,
stint and then he stays there.
nah, Dom is still so young that they'll put him on double duty for as long as they need to. You know what I mean?
You
That's
think they
on.
gonna burn? Look,
Yeah,
go ahead, get the miles. You gotta get
bro.
your freaking fire miles up.
He's not even 30 yet. You know what I mean? You can literally run that man ragged, and especially since they're not doing live shows every day now, they didn't even think nothing of it.
Mm.
They're like, yeah, go on week to week on AAA
Or
and
the
Raw,
AAA.
and you'll be fine. So that's
You only need you here on Monday. Go there the rest of the week. Go do your press conference on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
they actually
Because
wrestling
then
tonight for
I
AAA.
thought what's today? Friday. Oh yeah, they do Friday and Saturday for their shows, right? 'Cause the
Yeah,
last
so
time it was on Saturday, right?
he has I think he's doing a tag team match today. I don't
That's the
really
one that
know.
the Lucha Brothers was supposed to be in, but which color got
Yeah,
hurt, right?
Penta. Yeah, so they probably end up replacing Penta. But yeah, man, it's
That's
dope. Listen, man, wrestling's in a weird spot because wrestling's in a really good spot, but wrestling's also in a weird spot creatively. For the main title picture, it's not necessarily great. Jade Cargill is not even on the Survivor Series thing. You know what I mean? She's kind of beefing with Chelsea Green a little bit. Or it's
yeah.
kind of
Which
and
is
it's
Chelsea about to make her a star because she going their Pro Bowl battle and everything Chelsea gonna do outside the ring is gonna really make people love or hate Jade.
it's
Gonna get a reaction.
it's crazy because when Jade first came to the company, they said Jade can't wrestle. I don't know what she was doing over there, but they didn't teach her right. So she was in the PC training, and then when she came out the PC and started wrestling, it didn't look great. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. It still doesn't necessarily look great now as it is. However, she looks like a goddamn star. You know what I mean? She looks like a goddamn superstar. So it's like, do you think Jade would ever be able to put both of it together? Like the star power appearance along with the in ring? Because I feel like the matches with Tiffany weren't great. I'm not saying Tiffany was great in ring, but Tiffany's definitely way more than above average. You know what I mean? She's not a subpar wrestler by any means. But do you think Jade will be able to get there where we're like, okay, I'm expecting this match to be a really good match for Jade?
I don't think that she would have to get there because if you really think about Jade Cargill, right, she should have been in AEW booked as an attraction. She was booked as a wrestler, which was the downfall. When she fought Tiffany Stratton, that was the first time I believed that Jade Cargill was a credible threat. And when I say that, not to say that she has to have squash matches, she shouldn't be. Jade should never be losing unless it was like a, oh no, the finals of the Queen of the Ring the first year, and then next year she won it. She won it. You know what I mean? Like I learned from my mistake. I'm coming back for it because she's an attraction. She's not really like the thing is Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair. Yes, were athletes just like Jade, but they had the performance center and they grew up with these people that they learned how to the repetition. Jade had to okay, I was in AEW, regardless of who trained me, I got to learn the WWE machine. You could see it was like, okay, well, how do you unlearn something as an athlete? Think about it, if you know where to go and shoot your free throw, that's where you're gonna go. But if somebody tell you no, turn to the left, human nature is gonna kick in and you're gonna revert back, right? So that's why I said if she would have been booked like an attraction, that oh my, because when that music hit and she's standing there, everybody's just frozen, right? But then the bell got a ring. That's the problem. If you think about the attractions in wrestling. I'll use Hugh's favorite Kane. Kane was never going to give you a 5-star match. Let's call it what it is, right? But you knew when that music hit and that pyro, that's the attraction for the night. Whether he
It
choke slammed you and ran, or whoever he was wrestling that was good, you remember that was perfect.
I don't feel like that's fair because I feel like as a big man, you don't have to be great in ring as long as you do big man shit. You
But
hit somebody with
think about it, it's an attraction. All right,
yeah,
I'll give
you're
you
right.
this.
You're
I'll
right.
give you this one. Think about this, and I'm gonna say this because we've seen different iterations of him. Bray Wyatt, right? God rest his soul. Look how many times they tried to make him an attraction, but his wrestling came through. Because at the heart of things, remember, he was a wrestler first, but then he became an attraction. And it was like, okay, you really can't keep making this man wrestle like The Undertaker. He's an attraction. It's an attraction that you need for that moment. Something to say, oh, okay, yep, I'm gonna move on. But it's really that's the problem. Like he's built like that. Like Lash Legend is athletic. She gets it. She went through what Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton went through. You know what I'm saying? She had the horrible gimmick that didn't work. We remember that crappy talk show. She had the tag team that they, let the one go. She can survive on her own. This is just to get her. We know it's coming. Her and Nia Jax got to have that fight. She got to get her. What is it called when
But
you got to get your
but
miles,
when
your
but
bumps?
to cut you, like Lash has it's different because Lash has a big man moveset, big boots, big shoulder bumps. You know what I mean? She wrestles like a big man, kind of like how Raquel's doing right now. You know what I mean? Raquel started wrestling big, and that flipped the switch for her. You know what I mean? She's not going 50-50 with these smaller girls, and it's done wonders for her. Jade doesn't have a big woman moveset. She has a big boot though. I will give her that. Big boot, spine buster, which is always great to see a rolling spine buster. You know what I mean? Spine
Mm.
buster is arguably one of my favorite moves.
And I'm
So
not. So think about that, Raquel. Right? Remember, she had NXT backing. She got watered down because she was sick and everything, but now she's getting back to how she was. Right? And if you think about it, somebody like a Rhea Ripley had to go through that, right? Rhea Ripley was already a bona fide wrestler before she came to WWE. She had to figure out her identity. She had to figure out who was Rhea Ripley, right? Uh,
wait.
oh, you cracking up? What's the comment?
Where is he?
You can't find it.
It's
He's
mad funny.
cracking up laughing.
You
Why
know
is he
me.
It's actually mad funny. I
You
was thinking
shouldn't
that in
even
my head
calm down.
as soon
You
as I
shouldn't
started
even calm
buffering. I'm
down.
like, who the hell is joining?
You're like, what is that? We're like, ooh. I thought it was a comment coming on. Hi, Mike. Hi, guys.
Hi. How
Hi,
are you?
guys.
I was
How you
hi.
How are you doing? How are we doing today, brother? How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, man. How was yours? Here, let me get some headphones on so I can hear you guys.
Nice.
He
It
going,
was good,
we're going to
man.
excuse the fact that he got all those minis hanging on his mic stand. Okay. You think I didn't notice? You think I wasn't going to notice that?
I got the what hanging?
The
The
minis.
minis.
The mini.
Oh
bikes.
yeah, they're hanging out right here.
Oh,
Yeah,
we big time, gentlemen. We got a
Best
box.
Oh,
Yeah. We got a box.
So
Big time, boys.
I was on the nightcap, doing my nightcap duties, not realizing that SmackDown was, pre-taped, obviously. Not realizing that now that I have a VPN, I don't have commercials. So SmackDown's an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm talking about the main event while everyone in the US is still watching Charlotte and Asuka. So I was like, all right, we learned a valuable lesson. So during that time, I strolled on YouTube, saw you were live, and I was like, on my stream. So if you go back and watch my stream, you'll see me reacting to your reactions of my comments. I was doing that live on the nightcap for
is that why you kept saying
everyone.
hi?
That's why I kept saying hi. Yeah. Yep. And that's why I told Mrs. MOWM to hop in and say hi. That was her.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
that was how
he's
it's so
starting
nice.
something. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, hi. I didn't even see the name. Because, I was
I
like,
just
wait a
wanted to
minute.
come in and cause some chaos, just
No, you're
What's
good.
over there?
say hi to my boys.
You
Mike,
see how
why
the children
why
got
you
so
here?
exciting?
Why you here? I asked the guy this earlier when we first started the show. What is something you're grateful for in this year in wrestling? Or thankful for this year in
Honestly,
wrestling?
I mean, I would say I'm honestly thankful for you guys, man. Thankful for all of you. I mean, not to steal
Oh,
Nitram's thunder from Twitter yesterday, but just genuinely, I'm thankful for all of the people that I've met through wrestling and the podcast and Boom Broadcasting and everybody else involved. Like, just thankful for everyone. I mean, wrestling, I'm just thankful that thankful I got a VPN now. Real talk. You know what I mean? Like, no commercials. I get to see the in between match when on commercial. I could fast forward, rewind anytime I want. All
I'm jealous.
PLEs are on Netflix. I have no complaints.
You're like,
that's
yep,
it.
this is how life works.
That's
This
it. Listen, man, VPNs are
I'm a
pretty
little
good.
jealous. I'm so
It,
jealous.
it's great because I get no commercial pop-ups on VPNs on my laptop or my phone anymore.
Really?
So yeah, so I was able to illegally torrent all my anime for a while before my anime started getting torn down, and I was forced to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Crunchyroll
We need
to
we
save
need
my
to talk
library.
afterwards. We need to talk afterwards. Come here,
Listen,
questions. We're not
yeah,
gonna talk on the YouTube because we
no,
don't
no,
want to get you banned and stuff. Yeah, we got
listen,
we got
I
it.
got you. Nah,
Okay.
yeah, but wrestling is dope, man. He messed up my whole flow, Mike. I didn't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah. Mike said he was
That was
thankful
my
for
whole
me.
goal. Just
That's
come in
what I
like a
heard him say.
tornado.
I heard him
No,
say. I heard him say he's thankful for me. That's what I heard. Thanks, Mike. We love you.
he said me personally. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't hear the rest of you guys. I heard him say
Yeah, I don't know what he
me.
said. I just said he said me. Thanks, Mike. 'Cause we love Mike. I'm sad that he don't have a button-up shirt on because you know he would have at
I mean,
least 4 buttons.
listen, I'm
Is that Matt
There you
Cardona?
go.
Who's on
My
that?
man- we
Oh
about
no,
to-
that's
Yeah,
that's
I'm about to get it. I'm about to
That's
get a
fun.
plus 18 warning on my thing because Mike is showing chest hair.
It's because it's stable now.
I'm like,
it's
viewer
only a plus
description should
18
be
if you end up
advised.
getting one nipple. If you get a nipple, then you have a problem.
Nah, listen,
Oh,
you
the
dropped
fact that he knows that.
you dropped that. We're gonna end up doing we're gonna end up having to do an OnlyFans. Just throw you on OnlyFans and see what happens.
Throw me in the thick of it, you know.
Yeah, for the first 2 months, we do $2 just to get you in, just to get a little taste of Mike.
That's the cheapest. It's gonna be $1.99 special.
We say it's for the first 2 months, but we never change the price. It's just $2
Period.
monthly.
Nobody would notice this coming off of their card. They're like, "What is this $1.99 charge?" And who is MOWF?
WF.
Wait, MOWM. Why say F? MOWM. What's this? Okay, sure.
Nah, you're right. It's gonna be MOFWM.
Oh,
You
this
gotta write.
conversation.
You gotta write the first
This
time.
seems like a huge conversation. Oh, y'all just want that feel.
We should have
Nah.
put this shit behind a $5 paywall right there on the OF, and you would have had yourselves another
Listen,
little bit of some
We
revenue.
would have some Christmas
Listen,
money.
if the bots want to pay for a paywall, who am I to say no? You know what I mean?
Oh,
I love the Twitch
I love
bot.
it.
Who am I to deny? I also want to shout out my boys from Fort Size who are Wrestle Cade having a grand old time. I told them to
I
bring
wanna
me
see the
back some
videos.
merch.
Yeah, are they going to do a video so we can see?
They should be doing a video. I
I
know
don't wanna,
Martin
if
was.
Nitram is not wearing this, I don't want to see it.
That's actually mad funny. He put a mad pressure on him. So if he sees this
Yeah.
tonight, he can throw it on for
He's
tomorrow.
probably like,
I mean,
I should have worn it.
listen, he's marking out right now. He's trying to find West Side Gun. He's been stalking him for the last 6 hours. I heard.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it's a little disappointing because he found out Okada's $85 for a seg for a picture.
Are you
Who?
serious?
Okada?
Yeah.
Hold on, can we talk about? We didn't talk about that, sir. The International and the Continental Classic are still active belts, but the
I was
Unified
just
belt is
talking.
right there.
I was just talking
But
about
here's
this with
the
Mike.
kicker. The Unified belt disappears right now because he sacrificed the Continental Classic, and now he's just the International Champion. I said,
Yes.
why
Yes.
does my brain hurt? I gotta figure it. I said, what?
Yes. I was
Wait.
talking about this last week with Mike. I was like, he has technically 3 championships right now. It was never
Mhm.
unified on the AEW site. So it's,
Nope.
it's just weird. It's weird.
And they said
because-
he's only the Unified Champion because he had both of those belts. So then
So
my
why-
question is,
So why
Oh,
create a
go-
whole new belt for it?
Wait, Sean Ross Sapp actually broke it down yesterday on Twitter, and it might be
Yes,
the
you
best
saw-
thing that I read all day.
you have it?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
I'm gonna say,
I can
like,
pull
we
it
put
up.
in our group
You-
message.
go to-
I was like,
you
why
go
am
to
I more
present.
confused?
You can go to present and pull it up.
You got it.
Then we can just when we drop the elevator music.
Sean Ross Sapp be tweeting like a mile a minute, dog. His Twitter fingers are moving
Through
at light
roof.
speed,
Listen,
dog.
he's the Adam Schefter of wrestling news. Who am I?
That's honestly a really good comparison.
Who am I to deny him? I won't say he's Shams because Shams is an absolute psychopath. You know what I mean? Let me No, but it's really weird and confusing, man. I didn't really understand that.
I'm trying to find it because I think Ronis had posted it in our group message, and I was like, yeah, I'm still angry. I was like, yeah, I'm still angry at
It
that explanation.
if you weren't going to put the belts actually together, why create a new strap for it? If you want it to be unified, you could have said unified with 2 straps. You know what I mean?
Dude, Sean be having some crazy Twitter beefs.
I mean,
Yeah, I can't find it now.
Sean is a
Oh.
rocket. Sean is an absolute rocket. He be cussing out everybody and anybody on Twitter with no problem. And I respect it.
It keeps
really
going. Yeah, I can't find it. Can you find it, Mike?
I found so basically what he said was basically this. So here's the hypothetical. If Okada doesn't win the C2, he loses the Continental Championship, which is on the line in this tournament in the finals. He will no longer be a unified champion and can't use that belt because of losing that Continental title. He remains the international champ. In Sean Ross Sapp's words, needlessly convoluted.
But in order for the C2 to be because remember at first the C2 was, the Continental Championship was created because it was supposed to be that, the ROH title, and the New Japan Strong Championship was supposed to be that Triple Crown Championship. Hence why the Continental Championship looked the way it did. And whenever you won all 3. I guess the deal went south with New Japan, and they said we want our belt back. And they said, well, since they want it back, just separate the ROH. Because remember, that was the whole thing about Eddie Kingston being in the tournament too.
Right.
So
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was when it was first started that it was trying to be, and that's part of the reason the belt looks the way it does. Because it was supposed to be a big partnership that somebody carries all 3 all year, but can defend each one differently on whether it was ROH, AEW, or New Japan, or New Japan Strong. Remember, it was the New Japan Strong Championship.
So essentially, he if he loses any of those belts in the grand scheme of things, he loses either the international or the continental championship in any title defense. He's no longer a unified champion, and he goes back to holding 1 title. Which to be honest, to be 100% honest, as Sean put it so eloquently, it is convoluted, but it also is stupid. It's so stupid. It's stupid.
Like you didn't think this through. You didn't. Because when he came down to the ring with it, I said, oh, because remember, Don Callis was carrying both of them for a while when he first won them. Then he just stopped because Okada had the unified title around his waist, and then Don Callis had the other 2. And I was like, and then when you go on the website, he's holding both as like international champion and the continental champion. I was like, but he's also okay. This is getting weirder. Sorry, didn't mean to hijack.
No. Listen, you're more than fine to go. I'm trying to find a nice picture of Okada, but Mac is not working with me to save this photo to upload it. But it is weird. Has he defended the unified title?
Not technically, no.
I was gonna say I don't think he has because it's 900 people in the Don Callis family, and in AEW nobody can be by themselves. So when he had a singles match, yeah, those are shots fired.
I don't like the Don Callis family.
Nobody can be by themselves.
They get name one wrestler that's by themselves at AEW. That's not Swerve Strickland because he's not by himself. He got But I'll wait.
Hangman.
Is he really? Because now Swerve is his BFF. You see how long that lasted.
All right. How about MJF?
For what? What are we discussing at this point?
It's singles wrestler in AEW.
MJF has nobody with him right now.
Okay.
That's not fair because AEW is really faction heavy. You know what I mean? They're very faction. Okay, so Okada has had a couple matches since he became the inaugural champion. He a Forbidden Door. He beat Swerve to retain. On Collision, he
that was like 23, wasn't it?
No, this was 25. Yeah,
really?
I'm not talking about the Continental Championship. I'm talking about the unified.
The unified. Okay.
Michael Oku.
I remember that.
And December 13th, and then he beat Máscara Dorada and Takeshita in a 3-way final match to retain, and then he just defeated Bandito like 2 months ago.
I remember when Takeshita in the triple threat. Bandito, when did that happen?
October 22nd.
Yeah.
Oh, that was recent. I missed that one. I don't even remember him fighting Swerve.
It's a little weird, but at the same time, it's weird because the Continental Championship doesn't really get defended unless it's on the C2. they only really did it for Eddie Kingston, if that makes sense. International Championship AEW. By the
Well,
way,
he's
the
got a
internet-
title fight against Samoa Joe on Winter is Coming for
Oh,
the World Championship. Yeah, it's a good sack.
Oh, that's
This football happening right now or college?
Yeah, college, dude. My Sun Devils are taking on Arizona, University of Arizona. It's rivalry week, as we like to call it in Arizona. It's hate week. No pity for the kitty. Bust down some Wildcats, from Tucson. Nothing good ever came from Tucson.
Okay, so in 2025, let's see the matches. Yeah, Okada defeated Ishii to retain. Buddy Matthews in Australia Revolution against Brody and Double or Nothing. He hasn't defended the Continental Championship since May 25th individually. So my question is, if he was to defend the Unified Championship, is he defending both championships at that point?
He's just technically the Continental. Whatever happens, the
Unified. If he's defending the Unified Championship, is he defending both straps?
I think
Technically,
so, because that's
All
the
three.
again, technically that's
yeah.
yeah.
It's not even.
You will win.
It's not even 3 straps. It's technically just 2 straps. The
Well,
third.
technically
strap.
it's 3.
No,
It's the Unified.
No, the third strap is just decoration.
I mean, technically the third strap unifies the 2, so you need
We're
the
so
third.
confused.
It's like
Yeah,
the duct
what's
tape,
going
right?
on,
It's like
Rick?
the duct tape of the championship. It's
Yeah,
like
bro. It's
you need
like I
the
said,
tape, so you
it
need
does,
that
but it's
title.
but it's not real. It's just decoration. You know what I mean? Because
It's a new trophy.
It's just decoration, but if he defends
here's
the Unified Championship, he's defending the 2 championships.
Yes.
By proxy, the 3rd championship is on the line. By proxy, it is.
No. So here's the reason why I say it's decoration. Because if it was truly unified, if it was truly unified, it would just be one title. But since the C2 is defending just a Continental Championship,
I got it.
you know what I mean?
I
It's just
figured it out. No, think about it like this. Remember when Chris Jericho won the WCW, the World Heavyweight Champion in the WWF?
Right.
It wasn't until he became the undisputed champion, but then when they merged it and made just that belt, that's what the unified title should have been, just that belt. But they didn't. He's walking around with the 2 plus that, like Roman did for a while when he had the Universal and WWE Championship.
But
Paul Heyman was holding all 3 belts.
Yeah, but when he did that, the Universal and the WWE Championship, those were just decorations because the actual belt was the new WWE Championship.
Yeah, that's what I said. They didn't do like Roman did and said, no, this is the new belt moving forward.
Exactly. It's like when Becky was Becky 2 belts. They didn't say she was the Unified Champion. They just said she was just both champions. You know what I mean? So that Unified Championship is literally just decoration for old boy.
Yeah, to have something to look like he's the world
it's like
champion.
garnish. It's the garnish on your turkey.
Insane.
I'm glad we was able to get to the important things.
Yeah, we're so confused.
Garnish on the turkey. Absolutely insane.
Bro, that's exactly what it is.
So confused.
How we doing, Rick? All faction wrestling. Yes, it is, brother. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna let you 2 boys finish the show here. I'm gonna go take off here for the evening. I just had to hop in, surprise the 2 of you. Make sure you're on your toes. Show love to Brandon Chanoo. You can get with my people.
He just said I'm his favorite. Make sure Denver heard that I'm Mike's favorite. Okay?
It's mad funny because my mom gave me something to ship to Mike last year and I haven't shipped it. And my mom pressed me about it this week. She was like, "Did you send my son his thing?" I was like, "Mom, first of all, I'm your biological child, so let's pump those brakes. Let's pump those brakes real quick. You know what I mean?"
You got real defensive, like, "Whoa, hold on there, lady."
I was like, I'm telling you, I'm your child. You know what I mean? I love Mike too, but I physically came out of you. She was like, "Get my son's address and ship him his thing." I was like, "All right."
I can send it to you if you don't have it. Look, I have it if you need it.
Actually, that's my old address, Big Doug. I moved.
No.
Yeah, he moved. Yeah, he moved since then. So that's what I told her. I was like, "Yeah, he moved. I don't have the new one." She was like, "Get it."
Yeah, we'll just have Mrs. Malfinoff. She'll tell us.
Yeah, she will. Yeah, she's
likes
totally
us.
good with letting my personal
Look, she likes
information fly. She's like,
yeah, somebody sure.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, or just send it to me. I'll give it to him. Or not. It'd be like a hoodie. It should be walking around with a hoodie on. You'd be like, "Where'd you get that from?" Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes, low key.
Wasn't that sent for me? No. It just said mouthing
Like,
off a mic. And since I'm Mrs. Mouthing off a mic, I'm entitled to the sweatshirt.
Yeah. It's mine now.
She can open the mail. She's fine. It's fine. She's got it.
You know what it is? And that hoodie, you should do it. You should do the guy because that's gonna double as the engagement ring. And so Mike's actually does it. So
he's holding off.
She's watching this stream. Right now.
I know. I'm setting you up for failure completely. And I'm happy to. By far, I'm happy to do so. I'm waiting for you to join me on the other side, brother.
It's coming. It's coming soon. Don't worry.
Your war is over. I will see you in Valhalla.
Well, with that, boys,
you do realize I'm gonna have to send Mrs. Mike a hoodie now. I'm gonna have to. Nitram's gonna be mad. I'm gonna have to find this color. Be like, here you go. No, she likes the Eagles or Cody Rhodes colors. I'm gonna have to figure out something for her.
The Cody Rhodes colorway is crazy.
That's right.
Nah. No, please don't be sending no red, white, and blue shit. I don't need them thinking I'm a part of that other side.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Green and black it is. Green and black.
Listen, we don't get political while wrestling. But if you want to send a mega color sweatshirt to the mic, so by all means.
Mike will look at it and be like this. Can you pick a different color? Maybe I can tie dye it. He'll be like, he put bleach stains on it.
You have no idea how hard it is to wear Cody Rhodes fucking merchandise in Arizona. All right, you know how hard it is to wear that shit.
I'm not gonna hold you. The Cody Rhodes logo is the new Punisher logo. You know what I mean?
If it ends up becoming that, dog, I'm done. I'm tearing off all the posters off my wall. I'm burning all them fucking shirts.
Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes.
That shit ends up becoming the new Punisher logo. Forget about it, dog. I'm out.
I swear to God, I seen a guy wearing a Cody Rhodes t-shirt in Target. I wasn't sure if he watched wrestling or he was just pro cop.
You gotta do a double take. Like, let me see. Is something written on the back?
I was just
what is this? What universe are we in? Okay, I'm good. It looked like Peacemaker. Did y'all see Peacemaker season 2? That's all I'm gonna say.
The season is very slow for me, but yeah, man, I was just like, oh, the pay-per-view's happening. He's like, yeah, fuck Roman. I was like, oof. I was like, wrestling fan.
It's like perfect. We can have a conversation now.
WWE, not MAGA.
You know. Oh man. All right, brother. Enjoy your evening. If you and the missus want to pop back up in a little bit, you guys are more than welcome.
Oh, we will. We'll be commenting. We'll be partaking in some libations, and we'll be saying some crazy shit. Don't worry.
All right,
love you guys.
Listen, all racial slurs are getting posted on the live feed. I want you to know
that. I'm down to like an Italian, a Puerto Rican, and a black guy with a podcast. Guess what they said?
It's actually
like, whoa.
It's mad funny that that Mike's not Jewish because we get another black Puerto Rican and a Jew from Hot 97 back like 20 years ago when Hot 97 was actually good.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
Oh.
And the only comment is Peter Rosenberg is now ruined my life and for professional wrestling.
Oh wow.
That's actually mad funny. I have a lifelong beef for Peter Rosenberg and I can't avoid him because now he's doing wrestling WWE stuff.
Right, and he's all over the place.
All over the place. Terrible. Truly. Grapple. Yes. We're gonna go take a quick break for a commercial because I forgot that I'm running the show and we have commercials. If I can go find a commercial. If I can go
he
find
is new to the controls. It's easier when somebody else just ready to click the buttons. Facts. So while you're talking, they can just click and they just take your social cues. So don't worry, we'll be right back after a brief.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
And while I'm here, before I forget, I'm just gonna run the other ad before I forget to go run the
We'll
other
be right
ad.
back with another brief word from our sponsors.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
And
Where
we're back.
is that? Where is that Zombie King shirt that looked like a comic book shirt? I only saw it on his post one time. Where is that? That's what I need that shirt.
It's not on the website.
Oh wait a minute. You know what?
I
You
don't.
might have made a lie. I mean, let me look while you're talking.
Yeah.
So if you see me
No,
looking at something, I'm looking it up right now.
no, you're fine. Brandon's really good with everything on the merch. I haven't asked a merch question to Brandon in a really long time. Mostly because I haven't had time to buy our merch. Trying to see if we find. I'm trying to see if we can convince Brandon the guy to be our supplier and make all our merch for us.
As you know, a guy.
Yeah, gotta get the merch deal right.
Like the creative
Um,
juices might be flowing.
yeah, you know what I mean. Nah, but there's a lot to be grateful for this year in wrestling. We got John Cena's final run. How do you feel about Gunther being his final opponent? Seeing the field that have come to grips that it is going to be Gunther, and Gunther is going to put John Cena to sleep in the middle of the ring.
I'm
And
gonna tell you
fine.
honestly, I don't have a feeling because in the Triple H way of booking, every time I have a feeling about something, it throws me off. But I don't know if you remember earlier in the year, I said, "Oh, Kevin Owens is going to be his final opponent."
Yeah, I
I'm
remember the
holding on.
delusion.
Yeah, I'm holding on to hope that it's going to be Kevin Owens because guess what? That's the wildest thing nobody's talking about. Everybody's Gunther, but I feel like Triple H sometimes leaks stuff on purpose. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I don't. I'm okay with it if it's Gunther.
I'm not.
Passing on the
Here's
torch.
the reason why I'm not. So if anybody watches the show, you know I'm a little bit of an ageist, and I don't like old wrestlers. I'm
Once
not
you hit
saying
40, you retire.
now once you're 45, I want nothing to do with you. Yeah, you might cut out. So here's my beef with Gunther essentially being the last man to beat John Cena. Gunther is 40 years old, meaning Gunther's time in the squared circle is not over. It's not over right now, but it will be over sometime soon. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can hear you now. You're good, brother.
Okay.
So my thing is Gunther is 40 years old. Gunther still has time in the square circle. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's retiring tomorrow, but he has a couple years left. Me personally, and I know this is a little bit of a crazy take, but I would have preferred if it was a younger wrestler to go do so. Like a Braun Breaker, you know what I mean? Dom already has his last feud, which is Cena's testament saying that he wanted to put on and help the next generation come up. So that's where the Dom feud makes sense. I know a lot of people wanted to see LA Knight and John Cena, but LA Knight never really had any history with John. And Dom is essentially the future. So I appreciate Dom being Cena's last real feud. As for the final wrestler, I would have preferred it with somebody younger, a Carmelo Hayes, a Braun Breaker. I would even take Trick Williams, Obafemi. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of young guys on the up and up who could have really used. I'm John Cena. I was John Cena's last opponent, and I beat him in his final match ever. I think Gunther is extremely talented. Oh, you're right. LA Knight did team with John Cena. You're right. I did forget about that.
When was that?
Oh
gosh.
It was a pay-per-view against Solo and Roman. It was Fastlane, right? We got a historian over here. I think it was Cena and LA Knight versus Solo and Roman, or Solo and somebody else. And I remember because LA Knight and Cena had a little bit of friction, so we thought they wouldn't have a feud, and then Cena just raised his arm up.
I'm trying to remember that, but okay.
No, they did tag, but that's not enough history to warrant a match. You know what I mean?
There's not enough grit.
It was bad enough. Cena's retirement tour was Cena's greatest hits featuring Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? That was essentially Cena's last year, and now we're getting Dom Mysterio as well as his last actual feud because they wanted to make him we got
Grand Slam
this
champion.
this message is specifically for you.
Yeah, got it.
Listen. We already agreed. It won't be any color other than the Cody Rhodes colorway or Mega Red. All white lettering.
It was already
in the font. In the font. we just gonna triple down it.
And the crazy part is, she's gonna wear it, and she's gonna do a run in. She's gonna literally do a run in. Because that's what she did last time when Mike was on the show. She popped in. I was like, oh, there she is.
We keep bothering her. She's gonna pop in like she's gonna be in Mike's desk. It's not even gonna be Mike. It's just gonna be her.
She's
just
gonna
cussing
just
us
be
out.
there.
Yeah,
like,
she's gonna be cussing us out. Yeah. So Cena's final run is essentially Cena's greatest hits minus Edge, including Cody Rhodes, featuring Cody Rhodes. And now we get a couple Dom matches, all great because they wanted to make John Cena a Grand Slam champion. He didn't necessarily need it, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not necessarily mad at it. However, the Gunther thing, to have Gunther say, I retired Goldberg and John Cena, while he has the record for the most days as Intercontinental Champion, while being a 2-time world champion, I feel like it's overkill for somebody who won't be able to give back in 10 years. Because he's still at the height of his powers. You know what I mean? He is at the height of his powers.
And does Gunther need it? That's my biggest question.
No, he doesn't.
Does he really need? Does he need that on his record to say that he was Cena's last match? Because, like, when you think about Baron Corbin, what did that do for his career for retiring
for Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle?
Not anything, and it's crazy because Kurt really wanted John to do it, but they was like, yeah, the timelines don't match up, so he did Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin is nothing more than appreciative and grateful for it. You know what I mean? But that's a little trivia question because Baron Corbin's not even in the company no more. You know what I mean?
And so, like,
retired Kurt Angle, and he's not even Hall of Famer.
And here's the thing about Gunther. Okay, he beat Cena. Then what's next? And I hate to think like that, but then, okay, we're gonna hear him say that. Like, yes, he's a 2-time world champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion, longest reigning NXT UK champion. Great. Yes, he's got on exactly what they say, 80% of his time in WWE, he's been a champion. They're gonna surely stop saying that because you can't always give him a belt. But here's the other elephant in the room. If Cena keeps the Intercontinental title on Saturday, does the last match be for the Intercontinental title and Gunther gets that title back?
Yeah, he would. I would assume that he wouldn't hold it for long. You know what I mean? I would assume, honestly, Brock Lesnar's match at WrestleMania would be Gunther. To me, I feel
you gotta elaborate on that one. Oh yeah, let's hear this.
Think about it. Brock doesn't need an introduction. He doesn't need a. Hold on, give me 1 second. The boy got some buggy.
So, this man says that Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, would that be for the Intercontinental title? Because Brock has only held world titles, no tag team.
No. I'm not saying for the mid-card show. Just in a general aspect. You know what I mean? Because what is the biggest possible match that you can do for Gunther at this point outside of Ilja? Brock, you know what I mean? And we don't know how much time Brock has left.
Wait a minute, Intercontinental champion and US champion at WrestleMania.
Not for unification?
No, not for the unification.
For giggles?
Just the headline at Raw versus SmackDown. That's the match. Because Gunther beat Cena, he's on the high hill, and he's like, yeah, but you ain't beat me. I mean, that's the open challenge. He says, I want the open challenge match, and I won it at WrestleMania.
You know what's mad funny? When they talk about the people who's beaten Gunther, they always forget Ilja and Braun Breaker. They always forget it.
I don't count Braun Breaker.
You don't count Braun Breaker. That's ridiculous.
I don't count him. Ilya Dragunov is
That's
the only person that beat Gunther in my mind.
Yeah, in your
And Jey
mind, but I
Uso.
mean,
And
yeah,
Jey Uso.
especially triple down on Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I
but it's
forget
like
about Braun Breaker.
the only Gunther versus Brock Lesnar was one hell of a match. You know what I mean? You have somebody who was as physical as Brock, somebody who's as twisted in the ring as Brock. It'd be a great suplex match. You know what I mean?
And he probably
Not
won't
gonna
want to
put-
put him over.
Nah, Brock is really willing.
Yeah, I'm saying
He's
Brock
really-
wants to put Gunther over.
Yeah, and not. I feel like if Gunther was to put Brock Lesnar to sleep in the middle of the ring, that would do way more for his career than retiring John Cena.
That's why I say Kevin Owens has to be. Why wouldn't Kevin Owens be his last match? That story that they had, the NXT champion and the US champion, was perfect. I want to see that as John Cena's last match. That's my personal opinion. Do you know how crazy I would mark out if Cena's in the ring and his last opponent and Kevin Owens' music hits?
Well, the
I'm
thing
just
is,
saying.
somebody will have to take out whoever was his last opponent before they get to the ring. You know what I mean?
Kevin Owens could do it.
Yeah, fucking
But
start
it
up a
is
feud.
Saturday's main event. But
It's
I
a
mean,
it's a Cena show.
definitely a
So-
John Cena show.
I think will be dope. So, did you see Tony Khan's interview with Ara Hawani?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch the whole thing because I hate Earl Warning's interviews because it's like, so you're wearing glasses. Okay. Are you gonna tell us where you got your glasses from? Okay. Are you gonna clean your glasses? But where did you get your glasses from? Okay. So you're wearing glasses now. That's how I feel like he doesn't. It's trying to scratch the surface, but he doesn't get to the nitty gritty either. So
Nah, I feel you. But there was a thing. It was like, did they ask you about Adam Copeland? And he was like, no, they didn't. I personally think not to have a match, but if I feel like if you was to hear that, you think you know me, then after the John Cena match to give him a hug and walk him out, I feel like that would be incredible. Like it would transcend wrestling companies. It'll be dope. It'll be dope as hell. You know what I mean? Edge one last time. Not even the WWE ring, but one last time for John Cena's last time.
exactly.
Or walk him out, and that'll be amazing, man. That'll be true textbook because you got all of John Cena's greatest hits. You got his biggest feuds and Randy Orton, CM Punk. You're missing the trilogy. You're missing Edge.
Or
Obviously, Shawn
I'ma
Michaels
raise
and
you
Triple
one.
H are too old. Who?
I'm gonna raise you one. They get Edge to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
Is Edge a Hall of Famer or no?
Edge is remember when he first retired, they made him a Hall of Famer that year.
I think
Because that would be a bigger moment that Edge has inducted him into the Hall of Fame. You would
I
have
don't-
buzz around AEW and WWE.
I
because of
don't
this.
see it. I generally don't see it. The person I can see inducting John Cena to the Hall of Fame is Vince McMahon.
But see, that's why I say Vince is not going to because they don't. If he's going to be backstage, but he's probably going to be hitting so well that it's never going to come out that Vince McMahon was there. I don't think that you put Vince McMahon on camera for anything because think about it. He inducted The Undertaker. That was the last time we saw him, right? That's probably going to be the last time we see him in a WWE setting.
He inducted McCalloway?
Didn't he induct Undertaker?
I don't watch the Hall of Fame things, to be honest with you. It's too late at night for me to be watching them shits. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched the interviews in the morning. I never see who inducts them though.
Let me fact check myself. I'm pretty sure he did. But I think that would be a better. Just like remember when TNA and WWE, Ric Flair came over, then he sent Christian, all that buzz around that. But if it was just for that moment, there's no risk. He literally shows up, gives a speech, and moves on. If he wrestles, that's literally liability on both sides.
Yeah, it was Vince.
It was okay.
2022.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to think of anybody but Vince inducting John into the Hall of Fame.
And
I
I
can
can
also
that
see-
because that's his creation. That's John Cena was this man's creation.
Yeah, you know what I mean? 1,000%. And it's hard for me to picture a world where he's not inducting him. Maybe Randy, maybe Pepsi Phil. They're all really good friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
But
do
I think
believe
that
John. I think John is the headliner. I know they wanted to make it.
Stephanie,
Stephanie can't be the headliner. It has to be John. You know what I
because
mean?
you gotta get him at Mania next year. His
Yeah,
final
for
four,
the
and that's how you get him to do appearances. Because now he's a Hall of Famer. Because he said it's the last time is now, right?
and
As
it's
a
kind
Hall
of
of Famer.
weird. It'll be weird unless they wait to induct them for the Saudi WrestleMania to get more people to go for John Cena's Hall of Fame induction. Because that's one way you can spend it for tickets, right? Like you wouldn't want to be there for the day that John Cena is inducted into the Hall of Fame.
You think they
And like,
wait a
oh yeah,
whole
it's the
year?
Saudi. Nah, if they have it in Saudi, they would
I'm
obviously
saying,
do
would
the
you wait?
have him wait the year.
Oh, and just miss seeing off screen and then say his
No,
appearance.
no. Obviously, he'll be there for the thing. You know what I mean? They have a great relationship with the Saudi government, but yeah, I think that's another way to sell tickets. If you make Cena wait a year for the Hall of Fame, even though it doesn't really make sense, and he should be in the Hall regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You
Because
know what
they've
I
been
mean?
saying the greatest of all time, never seen 17. And that may be why they announced Stephanie so earlier to give her that moment. Because if you think about it, I hate to say this, if you really, really think about it, Hugh said it on the wrestling realm. Triple H's hands might be tied, and that's why he did that. He fighting for his job, and if he not gonna be around, hey, I already made the
Nah,
decision.
I don't see that. So how we broke it down in the Foresight thing was, can you tell the history of women's wrestling without Stephanie McMahon in WWE? And she's tied to the history of women's wrestling and wrestling as a whole, as for WWE terms and things. Because that's how I determine if somebody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame in any sport. Like, can you tell the history of basketball without this person? Can you tell the history of baseball without this person? Football, etc., etc. And then to me, you can't tell the history of wrestling without Stephanie McMahon. You'd be omitting some parts if you did it that way. Obviously, WWE Hall of Fame is extremely different. So you have a lot of people who don't really need to be there, but did their live service to the wrestling. So that's why they got the induction. Because
Oh
you
no, I'm saying
have
why they announced it so early. I'm just saying he
no,
announced it early on purpose.
no. So what they did was, so I don't know if you remember last year's WrestleMania, Triple H and Undertaker, they were going back and forth trying to one up each other. So that's why when Undertaker and Michelle McCool was on ESPN Get Up, Vince McMahon took over the screen, and that's when he inducted Michelle McCool into the Hall of Fame, one upping Taker, because that's when they inducted Triple H last year.
Oh, see, I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, they were one upping each other. So it was, they were doing a meeting, not a meeting. It was like a live thing. It was Undertaker and Shawn, and H was out there, and then they said, "Oh yeah, we got something to show you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Hall of Fame, Triple H." So he one upped them the next year by inducting Michelle McCool, and then this year they one upping him by inducting Stephanie McMahon.
Okay.
That's
I was just
what
worried.
that
I
is.
was like, why do you announce this so early? Like, that was the earliest announcement.
Not super early, but her reaction was genuine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Super genuine. And Taker did it. They have this little thing going up. Next year it's gonna be Shane. Watch. They're gonna keep trying to find ways. But it's John's right to be the headliner for the Hall of Fame class this year. I don't know who else is in it. Eventually they have to get around to Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. Last year they kind of did homage when they inducted his father and his uncle into the Hall of Fame, and they had that moment. But Bray deserves his time to shine in the sun. He
100%.
deserves that. He deserves that. And there's a whole lot of wrestlers that should be given opportunity.
I'm gonna say Victoria, Mickey James. I don't want to prolong this conversation.
Listen, they induct two women a year, man. We got some time to induct all the women who honestly and truly deserve it. That being said, I'm trying to find hold up. That's actually mad funny. I don't know what he does. You're like, it's time for the main event. Ding! Oh, I got it.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
All right. That's not no real main event question, but
okay.
I just want to No, I want to do that. I haven't updated that in a minute. I think you have to like edit the video and then re-upload it. And listen, I'm still
And it
doing
got to
it.
be a certain format. Oh yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
after this. It's
yeah.
amazing. You know what?
This is terrible. All right, so we kind of did Survivor Series earlier, but let's get into the nitty gritty and discuss the actual card and predictions.
Mhm.
The men's, we have the Bloodline featuring Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. It's weird, man. Jay's a main eventer, but he just kind of feels out of place sometimes. It's odd. I don't know why I feel that way. Against Drew McIntyre, the Bronze, Brock Lesnar, and Logan Paul. I feel like if Logan Paul did this week in and week out, he'd be a top 15 talent in the world. He's uber athletic and he's not a bad wrestler. However, that being said, it's a little bizarre. Not bizarre, it's just I don't really like him for this match.
Yeah, I think the heels got this one.
The heels kind of have to win this one. I don't want to see a match with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar loses. He's a physical specimen. Look at him. He's jacked. He's more jacked than ever.
And Cody said, "Remember, I was the one to beat you last time twice." I'm like,
yeah, he said, "I beat all of you." He's like, Steiner has never been a Rhodes.
I was like,
I'm telling you, this promo would have been so much harder if Drew McIntyre was the WWE champion.
Yes. I'm glad I could put that thought in your head.
No,
This would have
listen.
been insane.
I'm back on my Cody Rhodes hate train. I think he's great. I think he's generally great, but I think it's time to see somebody else with the strap. And to see Cody Rhodes do something else without the championship. He can still be the face of the company without the strap. Doesn't necessarily need it. Yeah, but is this a margarita match? Yes or no?
Compared to all the other matches, I would have to say if I had to choose one, this would be it.
Yeah, I don't really expect this match to be great. You know what I mean? Then we have the women's side. We have Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss against Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I will say this. This is probably my favorite Rhea Ripley feud in a really long time because all of Rhea's promos are extremely alike. She cuts the same promo a lot. You know what I mean? And she hasn't really been talking a lot for this feud, which I think has done wonders for her stock. Because there's not really a promo to cut. This Survivor Series War Games match was more about can Charlotte put her ego aside for her friend Alexa Bliss? You know what I mean? That was the main storyline just within the babyface side. Obviously, Io and Rhea, they're feuding with some of the girls on the other side and whatnot, of course. But ultimately, this was will Charlotte put her ego aside for her friend? Then obviously, it's just good to see AJ Lee in the mix. Second match back on the main roster. Let me not even say main roster. Second match back since returning back to WWE. So it'll be interesting to see her in this kind of match because there definitely wasn't this kind of matches 10 years ago when she was wrestling. Then on the flip side, you have two powerhouses. And then you got three well-rounders. This should be a really good match. I really believe the women's match would be better than the men's, like it has been for the past couple of years. The women blow the men's out the water, and it's just more enjoyable. There's only so many big, beefy men in the ring you can see at once and be like, it's going to be great. You know what I mean?
I think the faces are going to win this only because I think that Lash and Nia, they want them tag belts, but it's more stakes for the women to win because this will carry the feuds moving forward. So I really think the women the faces got this one.
I think Alexa turns on Charlotte.
I don't think she does. You know why? Because I see chaos happening in this match, right? I see Becky Lynch being put into the Black Widow. No, I'm sorry. What is the move called? Widow's? No, I'm thinking about Victoria now. God, I love you, Victoria. What is AJ Lee's move called? The Black Widow was what you call it? Whatever her submission is, right? I see Rhea Ripley busting out her submission, right? Okay. And then Charlotte Flair busting out her submission. And I see Alexa coming out of nowhere with a twisted bliss out from one corner, Io coming off the other corner. But it's going to that's how they got to win in a big fashion that it's undeniable that they all took out one of those women. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be a point where it's going to be like, oh, okay, that was a good finish. That's the only way they could, because if you think about it, Nia Jax is going to be beat up on like she does every War Games match. I hope Lash isn't there to take the pin, but who from either one of these teams can take a pin and come out better than when they went in?
Becky can eat a pin. Pins
Yes.
don't hurt her at this point.
That's why I said she's probably going to tap again. So they can build a story that she wants to go one-on-one in a submission match to disarm her versus. Why can I not think of AJ's least finishing move?
I'm not gonna hold you, Brandon. I love you, but I do not want to see a submissions match. I don't remember the last time I've actually saw
that.
one.
I think that's going to be the story. That it's going to be the whatever versus that. Be like, because she keeps tapping, she keeps making Becky tap out.
Yeah, it's called the Black Widow.
Okay, so yeah, it's close to Victoria's. You get what I'm saying? Because she made her tap out the first time, right?
Did
in the match with Punk?
Yeah, she did that. Yeah, she did that.
I think that's the story, because she really hasn't used a disarmer. She keeps trying, but it's going to be a thing. Not necessarily a submission match, but that's the story.
I don't know. I kind of got the women heels winning this one.
So both heels winning? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of got both heels. This is definitely not my margarita match. This is definitely my margarita match because I'm a hater and a half.
So I didn't want to say that because I love Stephanie Vancouver.
No, she's great. I
don't want to see this.
I'm not a big fan of predictable matches. Nikki Bella's not winning the strap.
So this is the only reason I'm thinking it's not going to be a margarita match for me. There's too much stuff surrounding the other two, this match and the last match. And there's two factors that we got to consider. Is Liv Morgan coming back to face down if she wins this title? So that's how you get the title back on Liv, which I hope not. Or is her twin sister going to come back to help her? Yeah.
Well, Bree said she wants one last run too. So I do think that could help. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's why I don't think it's going to be a margarita match, because we're going to be focused on this is going to be the match with the shenanigans. I feel like either it's going to be Liv or Bree.
I feel like it more be Bree because I can see I can see Liv coming back for Dom.
Well, that's why I said or the other match. But see, I think that Liv and Nikki got unfinished business that they were trying to start, but they couldn't because she got hurt, right? So why not, if she happens to win the match, Liv get in her face, or Liv cause her not to win, and then that's how you get back to them two fighting.
Yeah,
they don't need the title.
You could do one, but the thing is, a heel on heel. WWE doesn't do heel on heel matches really well.
But it's okay because when Liv come back, she's gonna be cheered because people are gonna be excited for her.
She could be cheered like her and Dominus gonna be tweeners.
Yeah,
I can see the vision.
Because remember, she still got to go beat up on the Judgment Day because she owe Roxanne something. She owe something because she been getting along to get along. But
I don't think she really be beefing with Raquel yet. But I think they'll see the turn, and I don't know. When Liv comes back, the women's division gets a whole lot more interesting.
It's gonna have an injection.
Yeah, just to see what the actual thing is. I got Stephanie retaining. Unless they give Nikki Bella the strap. I'm not opposed to heels winning.
So I want Stephanie to win unless it's shenanigans. If it's shenanigans, then we're going to have to look at Nikki as champion. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah,
let's go to the main event. Let's hope that this is the main event, which it probably won't be because...
Nah, this is opening.
Oh, is it?
Nah, I don't know. But in my mind, this is opening. Because there's a lot of rumors of Cena. I think it was Mike that said Cena's going to pull double duty.
Oh, and get into the War Games match?
Yeah, somebody's going to take Jimmy out or Roman out, and then Cena's going to take the last spot. Which would be dope. But I'm not going to hold you. I kind of don't want to see John Cena in a War Games match.
I don't need
those matches be a little brutal.
Because him in the Elimination Chamber was enough for me.
It was. Listen, when you start seeing these older gentlemen in these hardcore matches, you start getting concerned.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know, like when you're getting up there in age. I don't want to see you in these matches because I'm like, I don't want you to hurt yourself. You're a brittle old man. Save yourself.
Protect them. We would make sure he made it.
It'd be mad funny. Is Chris Jericho replacing the last person? I'm not gonna hold you. I'll get a crazy ass pop. Yeah, break.
You would hear me.
Down,
You would hear me
down,
scream
down.
all the way from Baltimore. You'd be like, "Wait a minute, that's Brandon."
I'm
Like,
not
I know
gonna
that's
hold
him.
you. I'm not gonna hold you. I would pop until I realize I actually have to watch Chris Jericho wrestle.
Well, this what I think. Here's my fantasy booking for Jericho. The Royal Rumble is about to begin, right? The men's Rumble. They do all the speculation. Yeah, we're about to start the Rumble. Are you ready? 10, 9. The crowd is doing it. Not even realizing. They're like, wait a minute, why are we counting down? And then 1. Break the walls down.
Yeah, break down
He's
the
number
wall.
1. Just let him be in the ring.
Nah, they
Number
don't
one.
need to. He doesn't need to be number 1 only for the reason that like they count down the Royal Rumble things anyway. You know what I mean?
But everybody's gonna be expecting it. Everyone is gonna be, it's not Jericho. Just get it out the way. Let him be number 1. Just get it out the way.
You want my man to be an Iron Man? He's 56 years old. Man,
Listen, you know when they're Iron Man, they've got things they can hide on the side of the ring, roll under the ring. It's things that they can do.
I'm not gonna hold you. Chris Jericho look like shit. I don't want to see my man's being in a match for 55 minutes. That's crazy.
He won't be doing them for 55 minutes, though.
I hope not. I hope it's for 15 seconds. Hope my man get flipped immediately. I'm such a Chris Jericho hater. It's not even funny.
That's it.
But back to the main program, Dom versus John Cena. I feel like this is an obvious Dom gets his strap back.
See, I'm exact opposite. I think Cena retains. I
don't see the point of this match if Cena retains.
Yes, in San Diego. I think Cena retains.
I don't see the point of this match if Cena retains. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that because it's kind of like you put Dom Dom survived the pin from Cena, right?
Uh-huh.
Can he survive another one? Can you really survive 2 pinfalls? Because Dom is not solidified yet. He's there. He's on the verge of being solidified, of being that guy.
Yes, because of Cena.
Not because of Cena. He was there on his own.
All right, let me ask you this. How many times has his father pinned him?
Ray doesn't count.
Why not?
Because
Hall of Famer, the greatest lucha, as they say, right?
Nah, here's the reason why that doesn't count. Because Dom is getting to a point in his singles career where he doesn't necessarily need help to get the pin. Like, for the most part, he's handling business on his own on one-on-one. And that's the evolution of Dom. Before, Dom wasn't able to win a match on his own for anything. Dom needed help from the Judgment Day always. And now he's finding ways to win individually. So I think if you have Dom in a situation where he loses clean twice to Mr. Cena, it's a peculiar situation. It's like, okay, what's potentially next for old boy? So I kind of need to see Dom win here, and then they can run whatever the Judgment Day split story. But I feel like Dom needs a strap in order for the Judgment Day to implode.
I don't know. I think that the bigger side is Cena's final match with the Intercontinental title to get as much buzz around his last match as possible.
I don't think you necessarily need that though.
But they made a big deal. They got to look at that. I'm right in front of center. Yeah, as Chanoo tries to push it. That's actually crazy.
I was like, what does this do?
Look how many T-shirts they sold with him just being Intercontinental champion. I don't know. I feel like how do you make the most money out of Cena's match? His final match.
He doesn't need the strap. That's the thing. He doesn't need the Intercontinental. His Saturday Night Main Event is already dedicated to him. You know what I mean? They're gonna dedicate it to him with a championship.
But wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you something funny. As soon as he won that belt, my first reaction was, "Oh God, he's gonna make a spin." Because automatically, that's what I thought. I said, "We're gonna get a spinning Intercontinental title." I was like, "Oh Jesus, we're about to get," and he didn't. Thank you, he didn't. But I'm just saying,
you know what? Because he doesn't have enough time left with the company to make it a spinner. You know what I mean?
Well, we got a different spinner for every city he's been in.
A T-shirt?
Every city's a spinner. There's been a WWE spinner championship for every city that he's been in. If you go on WWE Shop, there's literally for every city that he's been in, every PLE he's been at, there has been a spinner.
It's gross. I admit it. But they
So
didn't need. I don't listen. They're already capitalizing on merch sales with Mr. Juan Chena.
have you met?
But-
Have you not seen what TKO has done? They want to take all of your money every way possible.
I get it, but I feel like they don't. I feel like they're already maximizing it with John. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. They are taking your money every way possible, as much as they can.
I don't see it, man. Because I see it like this: they're gonna drop all of John Cena's greatest hit T-shirts. You know what I mean? All the greatest hits.
Mm.
Every single greatest hit T-shirt that John Cena has had. They even dropped the 8. They redropped the 8-bit shirt.
Yeah, okay, and like
You know what I mean?
you just proved my point. They're gonna make as much money as they can off of Cena.
I hope not. Yeah, but nah, I got Dom in this trap. I got Liv helping him.
You
I
think
gotta
Liv's
live
coming
how
back for this?
Yeah, I think it's about that time. Even if she's not doing singles matches,
Mm.
I feel like she'll be back at some capacity because I feel like she'll be cleared soon. So maybe might as well just get her on camera because she's close. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then she can have Raquel and Roxanne kind of like snub her, like, nah, we don't need you. You can't even do nothing.
Well, that's why I said Roxanne been getting along. At first, she was like, "I need to call Liv." Then she slowly but surely changed her tone. But I think Survivor City has the making to be good.
Yeah, that's because Raquel's turned into a powerhouse herself. You know what I mean? So it works out that way. But let me not keep running longer before the show becomes 2.5 hours. Tell the people where to find you.
Oh, buddy, they can find me a couple different places. You can check me out at Custom Guy on all the social media platforms. That's me personally on X or Twitter, whichever one you still call it. You can find me at Championship Culture _ on Instagram, or if that's too hard to remember, just go to Wrestling Realm on all platforms. Championship Culture is coming back very soon on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. and the flagship show on Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. YouTube.com/The Wrestling Realm. Wrestling Realm is with 2 W's.
Wrestling Realm is with 2 W's.
Yes.
That is a company man if I ever heard one.
At least I didn't say, you know what I usually say, everybody has a story.
Listen, you don't have to. It's underneath your name. You know what I mean?
On purpose, because every belt does have a story.
Along with all 47 championships you have in your background. 3M tape loves you. They have a stockholders meeting every single Thursday. Like, does it need more packs?
I guess okay. It's still hanging. Okay, it's cool. Yeah, I gotta adjust my light because I don't like how the when you go above me just look like it's just all light.
Yeah, it looks like it's being illuminated, like it's the belt from the gods.
Let's see. I probably should have did that from the start. Oh no,
Nah, it looks good, man. You can't even tell with all the other belts.
It's just been bothering me the whole time.
Nah, I appreciate you joining me tonight.
No
I am Chanoo Whoever. This is 4 Sides of the Ring. You can find us at 4SIDSOTR on Twitter or 4 Sides of the Ring on Instagram, and 4 Sides of the Ring on TikTok, 4 Sides of the Ring on Facebook, and apparently there's a Twitch page. You can't find me nowhere. Don't find me on social media. I don't want none of your shenanigans. All I do is post my kid and Knicks highlights. I'm not interested. All right.
If you want to get it, text them at it's like
just dox me.
Just text them. Text them at FaceTime them at.
Listen, man, I hope everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had to spend time with their family. For all our European brothers and sisters and Asians, brothers and sisters, and whatever other continent and country you're from, I hope you had a happy Thursday and have a beautiful start to everybody's Christmas season or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. We do not discriminate. And that is our show for tonight, guys. I hope that everybody can't do a sound, can't do that. But yeah. And that is our time, guys.
He did a good job.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
And the red light is still on.
There we go. And that's our show, guys. As soon as I can find it.
He's looking for the intro button. But it's okay.
I'm not looking for the intro button. I'm looking for it.
Oh, the outro one.
I'm trying to find the picture for the four sides. Oh, never mind. All right, guys, and that's our show.